Oh, I bet. The video starts with me introducing you to my concept, that is VestiSync, where virtual reality meets real motion. Before we address the elephant in the room, if you ever used VR, you've experienced one conflict between your body and your visual sensory system, where your body thinks you're falling, but your vestibular system thinks otherwise. This is the main reason why most people quit VR within the first 10 minutes, especially millennials. No offense. Okay. Before you attack me, yes, I know motion platforms exist, no denial. However, they cost thousands of dollars and take up a whole room. Which frankly speaking, if you're a broke or your startup or business is still in the trenches, you can't afford. So most VR just fakes motion visually, and the result of sensory conflict is motion sickness. VestiSync, a lightweight add-on that talks directly to your inner ear. When your VR world turns a corner, bounces, or accelerates, VestiSync sends a precisely calibrated electrical signal to your vestibular nerve, so your body actually feels the motion your eyes are seeing. No more faking, no room size rig, no moving platform, just a wearable. My product comes in four parts: a custom connector clip attaches the unit to the headset strap, a flexible arm, a gel contact electrodes, a pair of small round pads, one flexible band that make the actual skin contact, and a charging cradle. From the image, you can see the mastoid contact electrodes placed directly behind the ear. The exact anatomical placement point for GVS, sitting over the mastoid bone as your inner ear stimulation target. Now for how it works, let me give you the science in one breath. Your sense of balance comes from the vestibular system deep in your inner ear. Tiny fluid-filled canals and otolic organs that detect rotation, tilt, and acceleration, then sends that signal to your brain via the vestibular nerve. Galvanic vestibular stimulation (GVS) works by placing small electrodes over the mastoid bone just behind each ear and passing a very mild electrical current between them. The current doesn't move any fluid. It directly modulates the firing range at the vestibular nerve itself, tricking your brain into perceiving tilt or rotation that isn't really happening. Increase current on one side, and your brain treats it as leaning that direction. Alternate the current, and you get a sensation of continuous motion. Your brain doesn't know the difference between real vestibular signal and this electrically induced one, which is where exactly this thing works. When that illusory motion signal lines up with what you're seeing in the VR headset, your brain stops fighting it. The mismatch between the eyes and the inner ear is no longer there. Now for the mechatronic integration, this is a real-time control system. Motion vectors from the game engine feed a microcontroller, which maps them to a stimulation curve, direction, and intensity through a current control circuit. And because we're working near a sensitive now, there is a hard safety layer, current limiting, skin contact sensing, and a physical cutoff switch. For the target market and value, VR kids get an experience no competitor can match. Simulator training centers get more realistic motion cues without the need for hydraulic rigs. A rehab clinic gets a new tool for balance therapy with very minimal cost compared to motion rigs and platforms. Now for the feasibility, we're not claiming this is a finished tech. GVS research is real and established, but it needs careful first engineering. Right now, we've proven the control system in simulation. So our next step is to come up with a fully functional hardware prototype. And all this is thanks to the pioneers, the foundational pioneers by the name Alessandro Volta, who in 1800 experimented on himself using newly invented battery, noting sensations of spinning and imbalance, and another researcher, Czech psychologist, Jean Evangelista Pakinje, who formally investigated electrical simulation of the balance system in 1819, and the term galvanics comes from Luigi Galvani, who discovered bioelectricity in the 1780s. Signing out, that was VestiSync for you. Thank you for listening.